Hello everyone, good to see you on the channel how to use it, and in this video we continue to learn about Google Spreadsheets, about Google Sheets, and we continue to learn about new functions that we can use in our work. Today we're gonna talk about SUMIF and SUMPRODUCT. Let's start step by step. First of all, we have some data. For example, it's always today, and next date it's today plus 1. It's next day, and pull it down and we have every next day. If we will open this table tomorrow, for example, we always have the new data. Every day we can see the new date in that cells that started from today's date. And we have some values, several numbers. And we start from function end. As I correctly remember, we talked previously in some of lesson in that course, but let's recall how it works. For example, we have some dates that start from that date till that date. And we have to compare some information. Let's start from revising how it works. If that cell more or equal that data and that cell less than that data, then we receive false or true. Let's check. We have 30 July and its date not fit in that range. Then it's correct. But if we pull it down to compare another dates, we receive wrong information because we have to freeze that cell during the pulling. For freeze this cell, we can add a sign $, for that cell or for that cell. And another way how to add more quickly, it's use button on your keyboard F4, or if you use some types of laptops, maybe it's shortcut with function F4 in that way. Enter, and after that we can pull it down. We have in all these cells wrong information. Let's try to check our function. I have to change this data and this. And I have to change point to arrows to slash. So now we receive correct information. If you want to include, for example, 10 August, then you can edit a little bit formula in that way. And after pull it down, we receive information from that date. And now we can use our function SUMIF. We know about it. SUMIF. First of all, we have to select all column C in that way, comma. Then we have to find true information that fit for our range, and we have to summarize information from B, column B. You can write it manually or just select all that column and quit the brackets. Enter. They receive that information. Let's try to change range of our data, for example, only to date. We receive 3 and 5 values in that days. It's true and fit for our range, and we receive correct answer. And I want to show you some interesting thing in Google Sheets. It also works in Microsoft Excel, for example. If we have some bigger range dates, and how we can check this number. For example, we can select emphasize that cells that fit for our range, and we can see the sum 955. Yeah, it's correct. But if we use SUMPRODUCT function SUMPRODUCT, we can simplify a little bit that whole process. SUMPRODUCT, we have to receive information from one range. We have to compare one range and other range. It's the same what we do in previously, and multiply to the range where we have calculated our finish number. So we have to use that column. For example, from A2 till A500, and if it's more or equal that date, freeze that cell. After that we get the same, but change that sign from that cell E1, and we have to calculate the numbers what we need from that cell, but in the same range, B2 500. Enter, and we receive the same equal number, and you can choose in future what more appropriate for you. Maybe that column not needed for your task, and with using that function you can delete this third column. Everything works correctly, but let's add a little bit more complicated in our formulas, in our functions. I add column left, and let's imagine in that column we have model of some car. There is enough for our example. Let's do our end formula a little bit more complicated. I can add compare, for example, with that cell. If that cell, freezing cell, equal that, then it's true. All our data range fit, and information from that cell also equal for our conditional. I pull it down. Now we receive all false because its column is empty, but if I write one of the model, we receive some true in that cells. And you can see that our function works correctly. We receive 17. Let's check that, and that. Yes, our sum is 17. The same thing we can do for our sum product. For our another function, I add that condition, but from C2 to C500. Enter. Let's change a little bit our formula. Enter. Oh, I forget the multiply sign. So we receive equal numbers. And for more convenient way to select our model, we can use, for example, some list we learned about in previous lessons. For example, we select list of items, input some words, and we have to write this list with comma, save. And if we choose, for example, Tesla, we have another result. If we choose Ford, we have another result. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, and go to the next video.